Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 4 math. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 4 and then click on view all lessons, right? So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter functions, and the lessons we're going to cover from the chapter are input output tables with addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Complete a table for a two variable relationship. Write a two variable equation, right? So let's just start with the first lesson, that is input output tables with addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So basically, what you have to do, you are given with the input output tables, right? And they you have to complete them with any of the operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So let's just start with an example. You are given an input output table. The values are in input table. You have 4, 8, you have 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, right? 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The output values are 8, 12, 14, missing value, and 20. You have to find the two missing values, right? How do you find the missing values? First of all, you have to understand the relationship of between the input output values from the rows that are completing already completed, right? So 4 and 8, 6 and 12, 7 and 14. That means you have to multiply the input value. 4 times 2 makes 8, 6 times 2 makes 12, 7 times 2 makes 14. That means each input value you have to multiply the input value by 2 to get the output value, right? That means then you have to do 8 times 2, that is 16. Then you have to do 9 times 2, that is 18. So the missing values are 16 and 18, right? You already know how to do input output tables, but you have to do now with multiplication, division, and addition, subtraction, right? Let's just do another example. If you have any question, you can please ask. Okay, another example is you are given an input and output table. You have 10, 12, 14, the missing value 18 and 20, and the output values given are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and missing value. So how do you find the relationship between the input output values? You have to use the completed rows to calculate find the relationship, right? You can see input is 10, output is 5. Input is 12, output is 16. You can see the output values are decreasing, right? That means either you can try subtraction or either you can try division. You can see 10 divided by 2 equals 5. 12 divided by 2 equals 6. That means you have to divide each input row by 2 to get the output value. 14 by 2 is 7. That means then here you have 16 by 2. So the missing number is 16, right? And when you divide 20 by 2, that would be 10. So that means here the missing number is 10, right? That's how you can complete the table of input output values. If you have any question, you can please ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Let's just do another example. The input values are 8, 10. Okay, so how do you find the relationship between the input output values? You can see the output values are decreasing, right? It would be 8 divided by 2 equals 4, 10 divided by 2 equals 5, 12 divided by 2 equals 6, 14 divided by 2 equals 7. So that would be 7. And here you have 10 times 2, that would be here you have 20, right? Okay, you can complete. We'll do the practice questions later, right? Let's just look at the next lesson. The next lesson is complete a table for a two variable relationship. So that is, we are going to learn what is the two variable relationship, right? Okay, so for example, you are given an equation c equals t plus 10. You can see here two variables are involved, c and t. So you are given the table for the that has two values t and c, right? You are given the values in the table. Okay, here is the equation c equals t plus 10, and you are given the table. You have to find the value of c when t equals 1, right? Because that is the only missing value. So just put t equals 1 in the equation. 1 plus 10. So 1 plus 10 makes 11, right? So c equals 11. That means the missing value here is 11, right? So basically this is the relationship between the two variables. One of the variable is c and one of the variable is t. Let's just do another example. Okay, you are given the equation b equals y plus 8. You have two variables involved, b and y, and the table is y and b. Y has the values 1, 2, 3, 4, and b has the values 9, 10, and 11 and the missing number. So you have to calculate the missing value for y equals 4. How do you calculate the missing value? Just replace the y with 4. So 4 plus 8 equals 12. That means the missing value is 12, right? Very good. So that is the relationship between the missing values, right? That is the relationship between the two variables, right? Not missing value. That is the relationship between two variables. Okay, the next lesson is write a two variable equation. Okay, now you are given with a table. You have to understand the relationship from the table, and in this case you are given the equations, right? But for the next one you are given with the table, you have to find the relationship between them and you have to write the table equation by yourself, right? Okay, for example, you have a table of values for two variables s and p. They are 4, 11, 5 and 12, 6 and 13, 7 and 14. You have to write the equation p equals s plus the missing number, right? You have to find the missing number. Let's see, 4 plus what number makes 11? 4 plus 7 makes 11. 5 plus 7 makes 12. What's wrong with you, Priyan? 6 plus 7 makes 13 and 7 plus 7 makes 13. That means for each next input value you have to add 7. So that would be p equals s plus 7, right? So that's how you can find the equation. You can find the equation if you are given with the table of values, right? Let's just see another example. You are given the table m equals w, take away the missing number. What number is missing? 6 take away what number equals 1? 6 minus what number equals 1? 6 minus 5 equals 1. 7 minus 5 equals 2. 8 minus 5 equals 3 and 9 minus 5 equals 4. That means yes, the equation is w minus 5. M equals w minus 5, right? That's how you have to make the equations. Okay, now let's just start with the first lesson and do the practice questions. Here we are in grade 4 math. We're working on the chapter functions. Let's just start with the input output tables with addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, right? Okay, let's just start with the test questions, right? We have already done with some of the examples. Okay, find the rule and complete the table. So just look at the complete lines in the input output table to find the relationship between the given values, right? So just look at the first one, 3, 6, 3, 6, 7, 14, 8, 16, 9 and 18, right? That means the output value is greater than the input value, right? That means either they are, you have to add some number or either you have to multiply. So which is the correct option? You have to do 3 times 2 equals 6, 7 times 2 equals 14. That means you have to multiply each input value by 2 to get the output value, right? 3 times 2 is 6. Here you have 10. 5 times 2 is 10. Here the missing number is 5, right? Here you have 20. 10 times 2 is 20. So that would be 10. So the missing numbers are 5 and The second one is the correct option, right? Okay, find the rule and complete the table. Okay, just look at the input and output values. The output values are decreasing, right? So you can check by dividing. Either you can check for subtraction or for division. 12 subtract what number is 2? 13 subtract what number is 3? 17 subtract what number is 7? That means you are subtracting. Which number is it? It is 10. You are subtracting 10 for each input value to get the output value. 20, 12 take away 10 is 2, 13 take away 10 is 3, and 17 take away 10 is 7. So here you have 4, that means that is 14. Here you have 10, so that means it is 20. So the missing values are 14 and 20, right? The second option is the correct one. Okay, find the rule and complete the table. So what is the rule and how you complete the table? The rule is the output values are decreasing, right? You can check for subtraction and division, right? If you check for subtraction, 3 minus what number is 1? 3 minus 2 is 1. 6 minus 4 is 2. You can see the number is not same. That means you cannot go for subtraction, you can go for division. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 12 divided by 3 is 4. And 18 divided by 3 is 6. Right? The same value, the input output values are decreasing by the same number of values, right? Not by different. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 5. So the missing values are 3 and 5. Right? The second option is the correct option. Find the rule and complete the table. Output values are decreasing, right? You can check for subtraction. 11 minus what number equals 9? 13 minus what number equals 11? 15 minus what number equals 13? So which number is it? 11 minus 2 is 9, 13 minus 2 is 11, 15 minus 2 is 13. You can see the same number is decreasing every time. You're subtracting every time 2 from the input value, right? So that means it is 14 plus 2 16, and 20 minus 2 18, right? That means the missing values are 16 and 18, right? So they are 16 and 18. Find the rule and complete the table. The numbers are the factors of 3, right? That means the rule is you have to multiply the input values by 3 to get the output values. So 3 times 1 is 3 and 3 times 2 is 6. So the missing values are 1 and 2, right? Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Complete a table for two variable relationship. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, read the following description of a relationship. Joel signed up for gym membership 4 weeks after Tom. Let A represents the number of weeks Joel has been a member and B represents the number of weeks Tom has been a member, right? So you have to complete the table using the equation B equals A plus 4. So which value is missing? That means you have to add 4 to each input value, right? You can see 1 plus 4 equals 5, 2 plus 4 equals 6. So that would be 3 plus 4 equals 7. So that means the missing value is 7. You can see for each input value is you have to add 4. So that would be 3 plus 4. The missing value is 7, right? Okay, read the following description of a relationship. In a board game, the player who makes the last move receives a 3 points bonus. For ending the game, let S represents the score before the end game bonus and F represents the final score. Complete the table using the equation F equals S plus 3. So which is the correct option? Which value is missing? That means you have to add 3 to each S value to calculate the F value. So the missing value is the missing value is 4, right? S is 1, so 1 plus 3 is 4. That means the missing value is 4, right? Whenever Brooke's teacher assigns an essay to write, Brooke always writes 2 pages more than the minimum. Let M represents the minimum number of pages and W represents the pages Brooks write. Complete the table using the equation W equals M plus 2. That means you can calculate the values of W by adding 2 to each M value, right? So which value is missing then? How do you calculate the missing value? You have to add 2 to input value, right? Just add 2 to 4. 4 plus 2 is 4 plus 2 is 6, right? That means the missing value is 6. So the correct option is 6. Bob has a superhero lunchbox collection with 8 lunchboxes in it. From now on, he decides to buy one new lunchbox every year for his birthday. Let Y represents the number of years from now and B represents the total number of lunchbox in his collection. That means now he is 8 years old. You have to add 3 to every, you have to add A to 8 to every Y value to get the B value, right? So the missing value is 8 means he is 8 years now, right? So that means after 3 years he have 8 plus 3 11 lunch boxes, right? Because he decided to buy one new lunch box on every birthday, right? He already have 8. So that means after 3 years on his birthday he have 11 lunch boxes. The correct option is 11. Every day an automobile factory assembles 10 more cars than trucks. Let T represents the number of trucks assembled and C represents the number of cars assembled. The equation is C equals T plus 10. So the value of C is, the missing value of C is, you have to add 10 to each value. So the missing value is, so the missing value is 1 plus 10 equals 11, right? That means the missing value is 11. The sea turtle at zoo is 6 years old. Then the stingray is. Let S represent the stingray's age and T represent the turtle's age. Complete the table using the equation T equals S plus 6. So when stingray is 2 years old, the turtle is 6 plus 2 equals, yes, he will be 8 then, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson, that is write a two variable equations. Okay. So you are given a relationship. You have to understand the relationship and you have to complete the equations, right? Let's just start with the first example question. Read the following description of a relationship. The maple tree is Olivia's backyard is 5 years younger than the willow tree. Let W represents the willow tree's age and M represents the maple tree age, right? W is for willow tree and maple, and M is for maple tree. Complete the equation that represents the relationship between W and M. So which equation is it? Just look at the relationship between the W and the M values, right? You can see 6 and 1, 7 and you're given W minus M. That means some value is subtracting, right? 6 minus what number equals 1? 7 minus what number equals 2? 8 minus what number equals 3? Which number is it? It is 5. 6 minus 5 is 1. 7 minus 5 is 2. 8 minus 5 is 3. That means every time you have to subtract 5. The equation would be M equals W minus 5. Also, you can see from here 5 years younger. That means you have to subtract 5. The correct option is 5. Every day at her bakery, Cassie bakes two fewer bagels than muffins. Let M represents the number of muffins baked during a day, and B represents the number of bagels baked during the same day. So, which is the correct option? Which number is missing? The correct option is, you can see in the description, Cassie bakes two fewer bagels, right? So that means it is B equals M minus 2. Also 4 minus 2 is 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. So that would be 2. A farmer has 8 employees who work all year round, and he hires some temporary employees at harvest times. Let B represents the number of temporary employees and C represents the number of total employees. Complete the equation that represents the relationship between B and C. So, which is the correct option? 4 plus what number is 12? 4 plus 8 is 12, right? That means you have to add 8 every time. So it is C equals B plus 8. The correct option is 8. An electronics store has 10 permanent employees who work all year. The store also hires some temporary employees to work during the busy holiday shopping season. Let A represents the number of temporary employees and B represents the total number of employees during the holiday shopping season. Complete the equation that represents the relationship between A and B. So which is the correct option? So which is the correct option? 3 plus what number makes 13? Yes, you have to add 10 every time. So the correct option is 10. It is B equals A plus 10. Lindsay has a superhero lunchbox collection with 8 lunch boxes in it. From now on, she decides to buy one new lunchbox every year for her birthday. Let Y represents the number of years from now and B represents the total number of lunch boxes in her collection. Complete the equation that represents the relationship between Y and B. So which is the correct option? 2 plus what number equals 10? 2 plus 8 is 10, right? That means the equation is B equals Y plus 8. The correct option is B equals Y plus 8. Lindsay works at a grocery store. Every day she spends 2 hours stocking shelves and the rest of her workday bagging groceries. Let W represents the number of hours Lindsay works in a day and C represents the number of hours she spends bagging groceries. So complete the equation that represents the relationship between W and C. So which is the correct option? 5 minus what number is 3? 5 minus 2 is 3. 6 minus 2 is 4. 7 minus 2 is 5, and that means you have to subtract 2 every time, right? So that would be C equals W minus 2. That means you have to subtract 2 every time, right? Okay, you can complete the table, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 4. The chapter we're working on is functions. The lessons we have covered today are input output, tables with addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Complete a table for a two variable relationship. Write a two variable equation. So you can complete all the lessons, the rest of the questions by yourself later today. That's your homework, right? So if you have any question, you can ask any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9, right? So So that's all for today. If you have any question, you can ask. I am here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So please ask question if you have any.